In this video, I want to show you how to build a 30-minute set list based on your most popular songs using Claude to analyze your Spotify for Artists data to determine what your most popular songs are. So the first thing we want to do is open up our Claude project, which we've already got set up here. Oh, and also before I forget, I teach this one-on-one. So if this is overwhelming for you or you just don't want to try to figure it out for yourself, I do one-on-one coaching calls over Zoom, and the link is in the description. Love to do a call with you. So let's tell Claude what we want to do. I want to create a 30-minute set list of my 8 most popular songs. Let's see. Analyze the last 28 days of streaming data to determine which 8 are the most popular. Now, this is important. I know that most streams doesn't mean most popular. Popular, doesn't matter if you screw up the spelling. If you want to see another video about why the most amount of streams doesn't mean that's your most popular song, you can watch this other video here. And I know the most streams saves and playlists determine, I can't spell determine, I don't care, I'm leaving it, it'll figure it out. Playlist determine this as well. Look at all the indicators to make this 8-song playlist. People who don't know my music would like. Okay, let's let Claude go to work. A longer prompt is always going to be better. Not necessarily longer, that's not true. A more meaningful prompt is going to be better. Give it some context, tell it exactly what you want. Don't just say, make me a playlist. It'll make you one, but you want one that's based around the most popular songs. Okay, so if we go over here, it's working. Now this is me hands off. And that cursor, that orange cursor up there is Claude. This one's me. So I'm not doing any of this though. This is like the magic. It's connected to it. It's going to look up save rates, streams per listener, total streams, stream velocity, and playlist ads. And it's going to come up with which songs are the most popular based on all of those data points. And that's really important for playing songs to people who don't know your music. People who do know your music, they're going to like your set already. That's why they came to see you. But oftentimes you're going to be playing a show for people who don't know your music, or maybe you're playing a festival, and you want to make sure you play whatever songs are reacting the most to your audience. Because a lot of times, well, obviously in the beginning, your audience are non-fans. Okay, so let's go back and look at what Claude's saying. Here we go. Okay, 32 songs total. Need to catch 6 to 8 songs. Good. Now I have 4 to 14. Let me scroll down and check for songs past 19. All right. Now I've got I've got 32 songs. I probably have less than that. About 6 of those are commentary, and maybe 2 or 3 are covers. So it's going to consider all of them, but it won't matter because it's not going to include a commentary track about a song because it probably got very few streams. Okay, It's got all the data and it's working over here. Now look at this. It's going to playlists already. It's going to figure this stuff out. It's looking through the playlists. Nice. Takes a little time, but the alternative is you figuring this out on your own. And most people, the vast majority, I bet 99% of people, if they're even using Spotify for artists to determine this type of set list creation, are just looking at how many streams they have. And as I've talked about in a previous video, the amount of streams that you have does not mean it's your most popular song. One of the reasons is because you could have been on a playlist or multiple playlists. So what? That when you get a song on a playlist, the people that listen to that are not listening to it because they like you. They want to hear a collection of songs that are in the vibe that they are in that day. So in the case of one of my songs, Stay With Me, it's got over 3 million streams. That one is my most popular based on all these other data points that I've talked about before. But if I just went by streams, that song was on Country Coffee House for 2 years straight. That's a Spotify editorial playlist. So let's go back over here just so you can see Claude. It's saying it's got everything it needs. Let me write this up. Okay, I'll get back to, actually I'll just finish what I was going to say. So there we go. All right, we'll get back to that in a second. So people that listen to that, they wanted to hear coffee house style music, country coffee house style music, maybe while they were working or while they're driving. And it's true, my song probably did come on for a lot of those people, but that doesn't mean that they listened to it or that they even heard it. Spotify counts streams as 30 seconds of a stream. So I could have had millions of streams. People listened to 30 seconds of it and then skipped it, which means they didn't like it, which means I got millions of streams by people who didn't like my song. The streams really mean very little in the grand scheme of all the other data points like saves, playlist ads, save rate, streams per listener, meaning how many times does a listener go back and listen to your song? Is it only once? Is it twice? Is it 3 times? All of those indicators are much more important. Total streams is one of the least valuable data points. Think about people who are listening to music in an office where they have the music turned way down, or they take a phone call and they turn it off, but the playlist is still going. You're still racking up streams. Nobody's listening to it. Those people aren't listening to it. They didn't even hear it. It might have been coming out of the speakers, but it didn't go into their ears. So streams are a very misleading data point to go by when it comes to determining song popularity. Okay, so let's see what Claude has for us here. Okay, the 30-minute set list. Arc for new listeners. Hook them fast. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, nice. Close with your biggest song. We already know that. Okay. So pretty wild. No prior loyalty needed. It pulls people in immediately, and broad listener base suggests it's accessible to strangers. Learned your lesson. Keep momentum. That's one of my newer songs. Song replay ratio. People come back to this. And it has a good save rate. It earns repeat listens quickly. Okay, I won't read through all of these. And when it talks about open with energy, I've talked with Claude about this quite a while, and it cannot listen to your songs, but it can determine BPM, beats per minute. And so it knows if a song's fast or slow. The fast one, it's going to say it's got energy. Okay, Wish You'd Come Home. Continue the emotion. Strong save rate with 1.8% and listener count. People who don't know you yet will feel this. So that song is getting saved at 1.8%. 10,000 Miles. That's my newest song. Close with your biggest song. 108 saves, 987 plus playlists. Dominant across every metric. So that song's performing the best right now. It's only been out for about a month, but that is a lot of playlist ads. Now, these aren't Spotify editorial playlist ads. These are independent playlist ads that people who heard the song liked it and either put it on a playlist that they curate for people to listen to so they can make money, or it's a person who's creating a playlist of songs that they like. Either way, it's that means that someone had to add that to their playlist. Okay, now let's just ask this one more question. Give me the important data points for these 8 songs that make them popular. Just list them in a bullet list under each song title. Okay. You really want to be specific with Claude. If I said just give it the important data points for these 8 songs, it would give it to me and it would just go on and on and on forever. It'd give me all kinds of reasons, blah, blah, blah. Then sum them up in one sentence. All right. And we could probably get rid, well, we can leave it over here, it's fine. Okay, pretty wild. This is more valuable. Now remember, this is just looking at the last 28 days. Pretty Wild has almost 1 million streams. Came out a while ago though. So the past 28 days, because remember I asked it, just tell me the past 28 days because I want to play a set list to new people with the hopes of them becoming fans of my music. And I want to know which ones are performing the best right now on Spotify. That's an indication that they're the most popular. And if you play your strongest songs, the likelihood of people who don't know your music are going to like your music. 754 streams, 505 unique listeners, 54 canvas views. That's pretty cool. A canvas, for those of you who don't know, is when you open up Spotify and you tap on a song to listen to, you'll see a little video playing in the background on your phone. That's called a canvas. If you just see like the album cover or the single cover and nothing else is happening, that's not a canvas. That means that artist did not upload I think it's an 8-second video that you can put up for a canvas. But what we found as I researched a lot of the Spotify data is that a canvas increases listen time because it's giving your eyes something to do in addition to listening, and it also creates a memory. And so the more interesting your canvases are, there's a higher likelihood that someone will come back to that song. Okay. Broadest listener to stream ratio in the top 8. More people are discovering it than replaying it, meaning it pulls in strangers. And that's exactly what I've asked Claude to do, is help me to build a set list for strangers. Wide discovery appeal with strong visual hooks make it the best song to introduce yourself to a new crowd. And this would be true. I've tested this before, and I oftentimes open with Pretty Wild. Learned Your Lesson, one of my newer songs. I won't go through every single one, but just let's do a couple of them. 794 streams in the past 28 days. 399 listeners, 8 saves. That means, let's just round it, 400 listeners and 800 streams. That means, and that would make sense with this math, 2.01 save rate. So people that listen to it are typically listening to it twice. Well, here it would make sense with this math. 1.99 times replay ratio. People listen to it nearly twice per session. I didn't read that before I said what I just said, but there you go. People who find it love it enough to replay it and save it, a sign of a song that earns its place fast. Okay, so it's just going to go through each one of these. And solid reach with strong visuals. Listeners aren't skipping this one. Hair up, no makeup. Stay with me. It's got 1,000 streams. Now, this is also another reason why it's one of my most popular. Number 2 in the catalog. So it has been my most popular. My newest song, 10,000 Miles, is the most popular right now. But as time goes on, Stay With Me has been out for 6 years. Let's see what happens with 10,000 Miles. Let's see if it drops off a cliff or if it keeps going. Yeah, people have heard this song. More people have heard this song more than just about anything else you've made, making it your most recognizable track to a new room. Okay, so it goes through all of these, and Wish You'd Come Home, strong on every indicator, reach, saves, and visual engagement. The most well-rounded song in the set. And notice it's put it at second to last. And then 10,000 Miles. This is your breakout song by every metric. It's not close. I like when Claude gets personal. So 7,000 streams in the past 28 days. 5,583 listeners, 7 times more than my song Stay With Me. Again, it's not a fair fight right now because it's brand new. This has been on a bunch of playlists that are new. It's been on Discovery, and it's on Spotify Radio. So it's hitting everything right now. But still going to close with it also because it's my newest song. So if someone hears me for the first time and they hear that song, and it's likely they're going to like that one, they may go to my Spotify profile, and what are they going to see? The most popular song right now in my top 10 is this song 10,000 Miles. And that's just more brand awareness, brand recognition. Oh, I heard this guy, I never heard of him before. He had some song about miles. Let's go to his profile. Oh, there it is, 10,000 Miles. It's number 1. I remember I liked that song. I'll listen to that one. And that is how I've been building my set list lately, depending on what kind of crowd I'm playing for. Now, if I went through and did another one of these and said, I'm going to play to people who bought tickets to come see me play, it would be a little bit different. It would definitely include most of these songs, but the order would probably be different. And there's a couple of other ones, because I've done this before, that it would pull in and say, this is a fan favorite. It's not getting all the streams that the other ones are getting right now, as many as some of the other ones are, but over time, it's beat out some of these other ones. It's beat out 10,000 Miles over the past 3 years. And for that reason, it shows that that's a fan favorite. You'd want to include that one in your set. All right, so that's what I have for you today. I think this will be helpful in coming up with a 30-minute set list. But the important thing to remember here is, why are you coming up with this 30-minute set list? Why are these songs being chosen? It's not just a whim. It's not just, well, I like that song. That's fine if you want to do that. But again, I'm making these videos to analyze the data, to help you grow your fan base. And you do that by looking at the data that's offered by Spotify for Artists, using Claude to analyze that data for you, and making a determination based on what all the metrics say. And those metrics are based on what actions people are taking. And that's how you want to determine this if your goal is to grow your fan base. And for me and my music, Salem Town, it is. And if that's your goal, then this will be helpful for you. See you on the next video. Oh, and also before I forget, I teach this one-on-one. So if this is overwhelming for you, or you just don't want to try to figure it out for yourself, I do one-on-one coaching calls over Zoom, and the link is in the description. Love to do a call with you. All right, have a good one. See you in the next video.